Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Tori Lynn. Let's blossom today. Earlier this week, I created a brighter, pink, bubbly, cutesy, flirty Valentine's Day look. So today I wanted to bring you a darker, more traditional Valentine's Day look. So we did a more traditional Valentine's red lip and then a little more of a brown red eye. I am in love with this look. I think it is stunning. I love the combination of the red lip with the darker eye. Of course, you know, I do talk about later if the red lip and the eye is too much, you could always do a nude lip, but I think it's absolutely stunning. So if you guys are interested in what I used and how I created this look, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's just jump into the video. Just like in the last Valentine's makeup video that I posted, I'm going to skip past putting on my foundation and concealer and all that stuff. It's just easier to put all that stuff on off camera. We don't need to see me go through that again and again and again. It doesn't really pertain to this look a whole lot. I will show you guys what products I use after I've got it all on. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of all that and then I'll come back and we will get into the eyes. So, for the eyes, I'm thinking something a little bit darker and kind of like a smoky red brown, if that makes sense. I want to use my Tartelette and Bloom palette to start with. I love this palette so much. This was one of my very first, or maybe it was my very first high-end palettes. It has such beautiful shades. I had seen people here on YouTube use it and I was like, oh my god, I gotta have that palette. It was back when I was first starting to get into this style of makeup. I've always been into makeup, but like in high school and stuff, I always just wore foundation. I didn't set it. I wore blush. I didn't really wear highlighter, a lot of bronzer. Like my makeup back in the day was very minuscule. I should do a video on how I used to do my makeup back in high school. If you guys want to see that, comment down below and let me know, or give this video a like, something to let me know that you guys want to see that. It would be honestly pretty funny. Anyways, so when I started getting into, you know, the more full glam makeup, this I'm pretty sure was the very first high-end palette that I bought. And I have recently used it a few times for a few shades here and there, but I haven't really done a full look with this, so I think that's what I want to do. So we're going to start by taking the lightest shade called Charmer, and I'm just going to set my lid down with that shade. Since I bought this palette, I have bought the original Tartelette palette. And then last spring I believe it was, my husband bought the Tartelette Toasted palette for me, which was really sweet of him. I don't even know if I asked him for it or if he just surprised me with it. I can't remember the whole sitch. And so I own those three palettes. And I love Tarte. Everything I've tried from Tarte I really like. The only thing I have an issue with Tarte is their mascaras. At least the one that I tried, which now I can't remember, something painted or painted something. It's black with like the gold paint splatters on it. I think that's the only one I've tried. I've never tried their Lights Camera Lashes, which I know is like their #1 original mascara, but I have some sort of allergy to it. It makes my eyes water like crazy. This was years ago. I got a sample of it in an Ipsy and I wore it for a couple of weeks and I couldn't figure out why my eyes are watering so much. They weren't itchy, they weren't irritated, they just were watering like crazy, and I thought it was allergies. Somehow I figured out maybe it was this mascara, so I quit wearing it and my eyes quit watering. So I have some sort of allergy to at least that mascara, so I've never bought any other mascaras from them. But their blushes and their foundations and of course their Shape Tape and their eyeshadows I don't have any issue with, so I don't know. Now I want to take the medium brown shade called Smarty Pants. You can see I have used this shade a ton. This is like the crease shade that I always used in this palette. But look how pigmented these shades are. They're just so stunning and pigmented and soft, and they blend out so easy. I love these palettes. I'm assuming you can still buy all three of them. I don't know, but I can't see why Tarte would quit selling them. They're so great. Now I'm going to jump into this kind of a red-brown shade called Rebel. And I'm going to work that in the outer half of the crease to start. And then start bringing that down onto the lid a little bit. And then I'm going to start working that down the crease towards that inner corner. But I'm going to use a pretty light hand there. I don't want this color to be too terribly dark on the inner corner. Okay, now I'm going to start almost winging or feathering this shade up in the corner just a little bit. Just kind of dragging it out a little more. So I want to stop and just kind of give that shadow a blend. Sometimes I'm working with these darker shades. I like to blend in between each step, especially when we're doing a little bit of a smokier look. Now I feel like this look needs a little bit more red, so I'm going to go into the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, and I'm going to jump into the red shade here called Man Eater. And we're going to pop that in the corner. I'm going to start deepening it up a little bit, adding just a hint of red into that. And then I'm going to start dragging that into the crease. But I'm going to keep it focused right in the crease. I'm not really going to smoke that shade out. Just going to keep it very focused. And then make sure to kind of wing this shade out as well. So I didn't really smoke out that red shade up at all, but I am going to kind of smoke it out towards the lash line a bit, if that makes sense. So see how we have all this white space between the lash line and the colors in our crease? So I'm going to take that red shade and I'm just going to kind of start like feathering that shade from the crease towards the lash line. I'm not going to drag it and like coat that area all the way down, but I just want there to be a little more red in there. Just want that red to pop a bit more. Yeah, like I think that is beautiful. That's gonna look so pretty with a wing and some lashes. Quickly just gonna take my blending brush and sweep it through just to make sure everything is soft. There's no harsh edges or anything. Now let's quickly take that red shade again and go right up under that lower lash line. And then I'm going to darken it up just a hair by taking the darker brown shade Rebel on that same brush. Just kind of in the outer corner and connecting it to the rest of that shadow. Now I want to go ahead and throw on a wing. I haven't done a wing liner in a hot freaking minute, so hopefully this goes well. But I'm going to take my Maybelline Master Precise liquid liner and draw on a good wing here. Not the best wings I've ever done. Had a few snafus along the way, and it's been so long since I've done them that my liner was actually a little dry, so you know, whatever. It is what it is. We've made it this far, so let's go ahead and move on. Let's throw in an inner corner highlight. That palette doesn't really have a good inner corner highlight, so let's just use Flexitarian from ColourPop. We'll go ahead and throw on lashes at the end. I don't like to do that until after I've got my powders and stuff on. I just feel like they get powders and stuff stuck to them and I don't like that. So I'm going to go ahead and set my skin down. Now I'm going to go back to one of my old faves. This is the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. I've been really loving that Too Faced Born This Way complexion powder. But I feel like I should probably use something different today. So I'll sleep away my baking and set my face down. Then for bronzer, I've still been loving the Morphe Glamour bronzer in the shade Originator. I think this bronzer is really pretty. I think it'll actually go with the eye look really well. I know that sounds weird considering it's a bronzer, but I think that the color of it, the amount of warmth that it will complement the eye look. I'm just realizing I never told you guys what I used for my foundation and stuff after I did it. So I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I've just really been loving this foundation, so I chose to wear it again. I wear the shade 150W. And then for concealer, I used my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Porcelain Beige. Let's highlight. I really want to use my Pat McGrath highlight, but I feel like I've worn it so much, you guys are probably tired of me wearing it. So let's dig in my drawer and see what I can find that I really also like. Let's try this Kylie one. I feel like I don't remember loving it, but let's mix. Let's do a combo here. I don't remember loving the Kylie highlight. I feel like it wasn't as strong and beautiful as I like. So let's take my Jouer Lucky and Luminous highlight, and I'm going to take the lightest highlight in it, which is called Camilla, and I pop that right up on the cheekbones there. This is in the shade called Quartz. I don't really remember liking this highlight or having a good, easy time with this highlight. Like, I felt like, I don't know, it looked funky, chalky, something. I don't know. On top of that, cream highlight, though, it seems to do pretty. Got a little crazy right here, though. I'm not loving that. Like, a little too patchy, strong. Looks a little too much. Like, that looks better, and then you get to this side and it's like, don't love it. I don't know, just every time I use this Kylie highlight, I am a little disappointed. This is the only Kylie highlighter I've ever used. It has never lived up to the hype. I should have gone with my Pat McGrath, but it's fine. It is what it is. We're here. It's not that it's terrible, it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't, it looks better on camera than it does in person. In person, I feel like it looks very patchy, a little bit chalky, and a little uneven. It's not my favorite highlight, that's for sure. But I mean, I like the golden undertones of that highlight, which is why I chose it. I think it looks very complimentary to the eye look and stuff. I think it goes really well. I just don't particularly love that highlight itself, so. Anyways, moving on. For blush, I'm going to go into my Morphe 9N palette. And I'm going to go into the real red shade up here. This is the most red blush I have, and I think it will look really pretty. Very stunning. The one thing you have to be careful with these blushes is they can be a little over pigmented, a little dusty almost, so you really have to tap your brush off before you use it. And I'm just going to tap that down on the cheek. Now, because this is a special occasion, I'm going to take my baking powder that I use to bake, which is, of course, my Coty Translucent Airspun powder. Just going to dip into that a little bit, and I'm going to carve out my jaw, my cheekbones here. I haven't done this in such a long time, but I feel like if there was ever a time I was going to do it, Valentine's Day would be it, right? Just kind of sharpen up that contour a little bit. That's all I'm really doing. And I'm dragging it from the, basically like the top of the ear here all the way down to the corner of the mouth. It's gonna make those cheekbones seem a little more sunk in, a little stronger. And I'm gonna let that sit there for a few minutes. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw my lashes on. Lashes are on. I'm gonna go ahead and sweep away that chisel baking we got going on down there. See how I just kind of cut that a little bit stronger? Just, yeah, just makes that a little bit more angular, a little bit stronger. So now I'm going to go ahead and spray my face down using my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. what has everyone got going on for Valentine's Day? I haven't even really like chatted about Valentine's Day in this video. I've just been like so focused on my makeup. What are you guys doing? Let me know down below. We both work on Valentine's Day, so I think that I'm gonna get off work and come home and make dinner at some point. My husband doesn't get off till way later than I do, so I've got lots of time to make dinner. I asked him the other night, what do you want for dinner? Thinking he's gonna say like steak or spaghetti or one of his favorite meals. And he says breakfast. So we're gonna have breakfast for dinner on Valentine's Day. I'll probably get us a bottle of sparkling cider because we don't drink. We're not drinkers. We don't do wine. We don't do champagne. We don't do anything. We don't drink alcohol. Not to say we haven't. We just, that's not our MO. But we like sparkling cider here and there. So we'll probably pick up a bottle of some sparkling cider and have breakfast. So let's do some lips, or we're talking about breakfast. I think I want to do kind of a red lip, so I'm going to start with this Jante Blue lip liner in the shade Brown Sugar. So I think that's what we're going to do. Nothing fancy, nothing exciting, because we both work, even though it's on a Sunday, we both work on Sunday. Finally got those lips on. I saw a video recently where she was talking about a way to do your lip liner to make your lips like more round looking. So I was trying that technique. It didn't work for me at all. Honestly, if anything, it made things worse. I was gonna do originally a matte red lip, but I think I changed my mind. So I'm gonna use this. This is an e.l.f. lipstick, but it's kind of a like glossy lip. It's in the shade called Brett. I've had this for quite a few years. It's a plumping lip product, and I don't think they sell it anymore, to be honest. I got it in a lip trio, like 2 more matte shades and then this really pretty red shade. They all had like guys' names. Picked it up years ago. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and fill my lips in with this now. It's just like such a pretty candy apple red. So glossy. It does have a little bit of a tingly feel to it because it is, like I said, plumping. So it does, after a few minutes, like a minute or so of having it on, it does start to hurt a little bit. It starts to get a little bit like, ooh. And then it goes away. But I like that lip liner and that lipstick combo. Today I treated it a little more like an ombre. A little darker on the edges. And then a little lighter in the center. Sometimes I like to use this lip liner and coat the whole lip and then put that color over it. But I just thought it would be fun to do that more bright, traditional Valentine red lip. I don't know, what do you think? Overall, I think this look is really pretty, very Valentine's. A little more of a traditional Valentine's look. The other one was a little more pink and bubbly. This one's a little more dark and sultry, but it's something I feel is a little more wearable for everybody than the other one. If you don't want to go quite as dark, you don't have to add so much red on the lid. But I think this lid is really pretty. The eye look is gorgeous. The lip look is gorgeous. I love this lip. If the combo for the eye and the lip is too much, then you could always go with a nude lip. I just really wanted to do a bright, like traditional Valentine red lip today, so that's what I did. So anyways, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this look. If you like it, then go ahead and please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe Valentine's Day. Bye.